Hey YouTube, it's Taylor, and I think I have a problem. Anyways, I'm here to do a huge, absolutely giant August book haul. I have 28 books to show you, so I'm not going to talk a lot about any of them. I'm just going to show them to you. But I am going to preface this with a statement. All of these books were either bargain priced or gifts. I did not spend more than $3 myself on a book this month, individually. There's a cat trying to climb onto the computer. So we're gonna get started. The first book I have to show you is Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. I bought this used at a Goodwill bookstore, which is actually where 90% of these books came from. This is the first book in the Wolves of Mercy Falls trilogy. I don't know a lot. It's about werewolves, and it gets some pretty mixed reviews, so I'm just ready to get my own opinion in on this book. I'm not sure when exactly I'll read it, but anyway, we're going to move on. The next book that I got is The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. It's the first book in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I sadly have not read any of them, so yeah, I'll read them eventually. It was only $1. I couldn't help it. The next book is The Giver by Lois Lowry. This is the first book in the Giver Quartet. It is a utopian dystopian, which is the coolest combination of words ever. And I know that it's about a boy and this guy named the Giver, and I wasn't forced to read this in school like a whole bunch of other people were, so I don't know anything about it. But I do want to see the movie, and I want to read it first, and the movie's already out, so I really need to get on that. The next thing I have to show you is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, and I really should take the sticker off. But this is the first book in the Outlander series, which now has 8 books in it, and they're all big. That's intimidating, but it's okay because it's a time travel, fantasy, romance thing, and it's becoming a TV show. So, yeah, I'm gonna read them eventually, maybe. I will. The next book is actually from Book Outlet. It's Nobody's Princess by Esther Freisner. It's a Helen of Sparta retelling about like Troy and all of that stuff. My aunt actually got me this. This is the first book in a series. I'm not sure how long the series is going to be. The second book is Nobody's Prize. So, yeah, my aunt gave me this. The next book was also given to me by my aunt. It is Cinder by Marissa Meyer, which is a Cinderella retelling with cyborgs. And she did get these from Book Outlet, and this one was a scratch and dent, so the dust jacket is torn. The book itself is perfectly fine, but the dust jacket is torn. But that's okay, because she sent me 2. I got 2 scratch and dents of Cinder, both of which are perfectly fine except for the dust jackets. So I guess I don't know what I'm going to do with the second one. And the next book is The Summoner by Gail Z. Martin. It's the first book in the Chronicles of the Necromancer series. And it's about a prince who's also a necromancer. Maybe. I don't know. It was at the Goodwill bookstore. It looked really entertaining. The cover is pretty. My cat's making a ruckus. I bought it. So we'll see how it is. And if I enjoy it, I'll try to find the rest of the series. Okay, the last book that is a start to a series that I have to show you is Virals by Kathy Reichs. This is a beautiful hardcover that I got from the Goodwill bookstore. It is so pretty. So pretty. It is about a team of people who are on some sort of mission, and they get this virus that like gives them cool powers that like dogs have, and there's also something trying to kill them. I'm bad at descriptions. Just looks really good, and I've seen it on Goodreads, so I picked it up. The next group of books I'm going to show you are books in series, not necessarily the first or second. It doesn't really matter. If I bought more than one book in a series this month, you'll see that. And if it's like the middle or the last book in a series or something like that, you'll see those. So the first one, well, two, I guess, I'll put them together, is The Bellmaker and Outcasts of Redwall by Brian Jacques. These are the 7th and the 8th book in the Redwall series, and I read this whole series, well, one of it was that was out when I was in middle school. I think like 4 books have been released since I left middle school, so I read all of them that were out when I was in middle school, and I love them so much. And so I'm trying to collect the whole series. I own a couple of the other ones, but they're not here. They're at my mom's house, so I wasn't sure which ones I had and which ones I didn't, but the bookstore had tons, so I just picked up 2 that I knew for certain I didn't have, and that was this. Okay, the next thing is The Dead and the Gone by Susan Beth Pfeffer. Susan Beth P. I don't know. This is the second book in the Last Survivors trilogy, which I don't own the first one, and I haven't read, but it was only $1, and I have a problem. And the next book is Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. This is the first book in his Robert Langdon series. They're not necessarily a series, but they all follow the same main protagonist, whose name is Robert Langdon. And this one is about the resurgence of the Illuminati and their vendetta against the Catholic Church in Rome. And I love the concept, and I loved the movie, so I can't wait to read the book. The next thing is also by Dan Brown, and it is the second book in the Robert Langdon series, The Da Vinci Code, which is about a code hidden by Leonardo da Vinci in a whole bunch of his work. And it's based in Europe instead of Rome, but like Rome's kind of in Europe, right? I don't know geography. This is why I'm taking a world regions class this semester. But I don't know a lot about this because I actually haven't seen the movie for this one, even though it came out before Angels and Demons. So, yeah. I'm going into this one a little bit blind. But if I enjoy Angels and Demons in terms of writing style, I'm sure this one will be great too. The next one is A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. And I don't think this needs much explanation, except it's the second book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. I'm currently reading Game of Thrones. I am a little over halfway done, but I will finish it this month, so it's okay. But I actually really like this edition, even though a lot of people would probably disagree with me. And if I can turn pages, I will show you why. This has a map in it. My Game of Thrones doesn't have a map in it. Why doesn't my Game of Thrones have a map in it? I guess it's because I was cheap and bought the mass market paperback, but I mean, this is even more cheap because this has like the HBO thing at the top. I don't know. But maps! Okay, the next book is one that I'm probably the most excited about out of this haul. The Dark and Hollow Places by Carrie Ryan. My aunt sent me this too from Book Outlet. And The Forest of Hands and Teeth is like my favorite book ever. I even spent... Stop, cat. The cat is literally eating the books over there. Stop. I spent a whole semester of high school writing a screenplay for The Forest of Hands and Teeth as an independent study because I loved it that much and I wish it was a movie so bad. But yeah, and I own The Dead Tossed Waves. I haven't read it yet. I own it on my Kindle, and now I have The Dark and Hollow Places, so I can read all of them now, and I am so excited. Another book that my aunt sent me, from Book Outlet, is Heaven by Alexandra Adornetto. Alexandra Adornetto. I'm bad at names. I'm just bad today, but this is the last book in the Halo trilogy, which is about angels that have come to Earth, and one of them falls in love with a human. And I now own this entire trilogy in these pretty paperbacks that are so shiny. And so I'm going to marathon the whole thing in the future. Righty. So the next book is the first of the standalones. And the rest of these are all standalones, so just go. Cat attacking me. The next book I bought at the Goodwill bookstore, and it was $2, and the only grievance I have with this book is it doesn't have the beautiful dust jacket, but that almost doesn't matter because this is like a $30 book when it first came out. So this is World Without End by Ken Follett. It's probably not pronounced that way, but I like it better. This is technically the sequel to his other book, The Pillars of the Earth, but it's technically also considered a standalone because it takes place so far in the future that the only thing that's really still there is the cathedral that the first book is about. And it's historical fiction based in the time of the Black Death, and it's supposed to be so good. And I haven't read anything by Ken Follett, but I love historical fiction, so it's almost a crime to have not read anything by him. So this is where I'm going to start, and if I really like it, I'm going to pick up his something century series. I'm bad with names. But yeah, I'm going to pick up other series and things by him if I enjoy this. It's a honker of a book, though. This is big, but I can get through it. The next book was a gift from my mother, and it is Beastly by Alex Flynn in the movie cover. I enjoyed the movie. My mom enjoyed the movie, which was interesting. Hey, there's a coupon in here from Book Outlet. Cool. But she enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it, and I told her that it was on sale, and she's like, sure, I'll pick it up, and then she bought it and had it mailed to me, so that was really nice of her. It's a fairy tale retelling of Beauty and the Beast. So, since Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite fairy tales, I guess I couldn't go wrong. I've heard from some people that the book is actually way better than the movie, so I'll find out. The next book is Speak by Lauren Halse Anderson. I don't know, it's Laurie Halse Anderson, by the way. And I really don't know anything about this book at all, except that everyone that I know that read it said it was really good, and it was really cheap, like 50 cents, so I bought it. The next book is, I really need to take these stickers off, but anyway, this is Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. It's a contemporary novel about love and elephants. Yes, that's exactly what it's about, love and elephants. But really the story is about a newly orphaned guy named Jacob, and he goes onto this train that just happens to be a circus train, and he falls in love with the whole circusy thing and a girl, and it's so good. I really loved the movie. And the premise is just so great, so I can't wait to read this book. The next book Okay, cat, stop. Okay, the next book is My Sister's Keeper, which again has a sticker on it because I fail. By Jodi Picoult, whatever. Picoult. I don't know how to pronounce her name. But this is about a girl named Anna, who is basically like a walking organ bodily fluid donor for her sister who's dying, and like she just doesn't want to do it anymore, and that's what it's about. So I saw this movie and it made me cry. So I'm here for the book now, and I'm going to read it and see if it also makes me cry. Moving on. The next book is the one I'm probably second most excited to have in this book haul, is Shutter Island. Shutter Island by Dennis Lehane. Because oh my god, this movie is the best movie of all time. No, it's probably not the best movie of all time, but it's definitely in my top 5 favorite movies. And it's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it. But this is a historical mystery thriller thing based in a mental hospital for the criminally insane. So these just aren't normal mental patients. They're like the most dangerous kind of mental patients. And this book, I don't know if it's anything like the movie, is going to be easily one of my top favorite books ever. So yeah. The next book is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, which I also have not read, but I have seen the movie and it was adorable, so there's nothing else to say. The next book is Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac by Gabrielle Zevin. This was sent to me by my aunt from Book Outlet because it was only like 99 cents or something. And I told her that it was something I'd be interested in, maybe. It has really mixed reviews, and some people love it, some people think it's really bad, so I'll find out. The next book also has tons of stickers on it, is The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold, which is a mystery about a girl who was murdered and stuff, and I saw the movie and thought it was okay. And I've also seen mixed reviews of this book, but it was only $1. Again, and I have an issue, so I bought it. The next book is probably the most random out of this entire book haul, and that is Stiff, The Curious Lives of Human Cadavers. I saw this book somehow on Goodreads. It's a non-fiction, I believe, by Mary Roach, and it's basically about what happens to our dead bodies. And that's pretty cool to me for some reason, and I saw it on Goodreads and I immediately added it to my to be read, and then like 3 days later I saw it at the Goodwill bookstore for $1 and I was like, this is fate, so I bought it. It does have a little bit of water damage, but it's not like in, I don't know the word, it's still in pretty decent condition. Okay, the next and second to last book is Everything is Illuminated by Jonathan Safran Foer. I haven't read Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close yet, but I do really, really want to, and I saw this for $1, so I picked it up, and I'm excited to finally read something by him. And the last book, and possibly the best deal that I got out of all of this, is Atonement by Ian McEwan. This book is in perfect condition, deckled edges, everything. It has the price like on the inside of what I would have paid if I bought it new, and it is so pretty. Like there's literally no stains on it or anything. I paid $2 for this. Beautiful hardcover. And this is one of my other top 5 favorite movies of all time. So I had a good buying month in terms of the books that I found and the amount of money that I spent. But this is probably the one I am so excited that I got in this condition. And it's so beautiful. And I'm so glad to be done with this book haul because that was too many books. You guys, this is 28 books. I have an issue. I had to buy a new bookcase because of this book haul. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it for you guys. I literally had to buy a bookcase because of this book haul. I had no more space on my bookshelf, so I went and I bought another one. This is a problem, you guys. This is a real problem. So, anyways, I'm gonna go because I actually am in the process of putting books on my bookshelf now that I have finally finished putting it together. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye!